Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's a video which I was super hyped for because we have the Super Wall Breakers back active. And this is what we did yesterday in stream. We did a ton of queen charges and we tried to get the entire base with the queen charge and then something like clean up LaLo. It sometimes worked and it was actually pretty crazy overall. So if you guys would like to watch some nice queen charges, make sure to hop over at 8 p.m. CEST. I'm going to stream daily kinda, and whenever you want to watch some nice attacks, hop over there. It's going to be in German, that's the only downside maybe, but still, the attacks are still there. There are a couple of English guys always in the chat where you guys can chat with. And yeah, let's get started. This is going to be the army. I'm using the Yeti blimp, kind of like TDH style, but at the same time, my own version with like a couple of hastes and obviously not over 20 minions. I have only 15 on my hand over here, but I think let's get started. I want you guys to pick the best attack at the end of the video, where you think this was the craziest queen charge which you did in this video. So that's kind of the one thing which I'm asking for you guys. And we're starting off with the first base. And this one is the base which I posted on YouTube a couple of, I don't know, a month ago, I think. So it's already quite some time. And the base was defending always really well, especially in low legend, forcing a lot of 1 stars and sometimes even 0 stars. So let's see on how exactly we can pull this off, because I remember that I had a lot of black mines around the eagle side, so we really need to work with those cocodoons. Otherwise, we might end up losing a lot of heal power in the beginning, which is never a good thing. So for us, we have to kind of wait for our queen deciding whichever way she wants to go. Next, black mine is getting caught. And then as soon as my queen has said, okay, whichever way she wants to go, I'm sending in the king and the royal chamber on the other side. The reasoning behind that is I want to get the scatter out of the way, because otherwise I'm kind of scared that the scatter is somehow getting on top of my healers. That would be pretty bad. The next thing which I'm doing over here is I try to wall break my queen into the core, because if she's going in over there, she can reach basically everything. Those wall breakers, I did an extra wall breaker guide a couple of days ago, so if you want to exactly know on how you need to place those wall breakers, make sure to watch that video, because, well, those wall breaks are OP. But now let's get back to the attack. We're charging not only the eagle and basically every multi-inferno tower in the base, but as well the town hall, which is obviously even more value. After this, we have to wait. The queen has now 2 options which she could go for. Go for the left, go for the expo and the multi-inferno tower, or go for the right, which is the enemy queen and the next sweeper. Both options are completely fine for us. We just need to wait whatever way our queen is going to go. She has decided, okay, let's go to the top side because she can reach the cannon over there. Then obviously we need the next rage. And you guys can see 1 minute and 20 seconds left. I want to drop the blimp, but instead I'm dropping by accident the hound, which is not the worst thing at this part happening, because to be honest, there's not much base left standing. Now the hound is tanking a couple of red mines and so on. The blimp is making it too far. I'm not opening the blimp in time, which is not the best thing which I have ever done, obviously. But still, my queen died as well, which is pretty unfortunate as well. But now the cleanup LaLo is coming in. The Yetis in the core are tanking. I'm using the warden ability nice and early, because otherwise I'm kind of scared the scatter shot could completely wreck our attack. The next freeze, and now the multi-inferno tower is the only thing which is left standing, but all of the multi-inferno tower beams are getting tanked by the Yetis and by the healers. So now the loons are just overpowering the back, and you guys can see it's a huge overkill when it comes down to troops. The only question we have is time a problem. Can we get through this with not having too much time left? 20 seconds, and this is looking really good. The haste spell is getting used by the loons. The headhunter in combination with the Yetis is going to take down the enemy king, and that's it. The first attack, really nice queen charge. We took out a huge part of the base with that queen charge, and this is in the end the 3-star. Let's take a look at the next base, and this is one of those classic box bases, even though a lot of people are saying those bases are bad, and yes, they are bad, but still, you need to triple them. You still need to get those safe 3-stars on them, and that's not always the easiest thing to do. So that's why let's take a look at this attack, because first thing, you need to find weaknesses. Most of the time, the players who are running those bases are not the best attackers on their own, because those bases are forcing a lot of mistakes by weaker players, which is totally fine. This is how some bases work, but at the same time, you know that the enemy is not the best maybe as well, and this means you can always look for base building mistakes. Like for example this guy, he has misdropped his Inferno by 1 tile, which is allowing us to get the easy snack on the Inferno tower, which allows us a nice and easy queen walk into the base. The next thing is on those queen charge LaLo attacks is you need to use your king really nicely to funnel your queen, but at the same time try to get even more value out of him. Try to get even more value from your king, which I'm trying over here with wall breaking him in, so he's taking down the enemy king. This means it's less damage on my queen later on as soon as I get deeper into the base, which is pretty important. Now the next thing for me is I have kind of my finger on the freeze spell if I need it against the enemy queen, which was not the case. Now just the poison and my own king ability is getting used. Now the Royal Champion in as well. And now you guys might wonder, why exactly did you send in the Royal Champion over there? I want to get rid of the air defense. I feel like the air defense otherwise could be really bad for my healers on the queen charge, because on most of those queen charge LaLo attacks you need your queen to stay alive. Otherwise you even have to start really early with the LaLo, which is most of the time not the best thing, because the LaLo is powerful, but you need to have a really nice pathing, etc. So those queen charges are most of the time your key thing to get through the base, and if your healers are dying, that's not the easiest to do a queen charge without the healers. That's just something which I want to say over there. Now the next thing which I'm going to do is I'm sending in the Yeti Blim from 3 o'clock to get rid of this Expo and the scatter shot. And yeah, the Town Hall, I thought my queen could reach the Town Hall, but she's actually skipping the Town Hall, which is not the best thing. Another rage for the Yetis to maybe make sure that they can actually take down the Town Hall, which seems like it's not the case, which is not the best thing for us obviously happening. And now it's only 50 seconds left. 50 seconds, we're still placing cleanup, 47 seconds left. The Town Hall is still not taken down, and we're starting at around 40 seconds, the LaLo. Yeah, that's pretty late. So a lot of people are always going crazy when I'm not starting the LaLo at 1 minute. But hey, when your queen is staying alive, you can start the LaLo at whatever you want. 40 seconds should be enough for us on this one. We're just placing those loons in here, warden ability for the Town Hall, and then the only thing which can kind of mess up our attack is obviously the time, but this one gold storage, or like those 2 gold storages, are kind of our last thing which we need to get rid of to get this 3-star. The queen is coming on the right side as well, but this should be the next 3-star for us. And an insane queen charge, even though I know it was not the hardest or the toughest base to attack, but still 40-second LaLo is pretty good. Next attack, and this one is more like of a classic on a 3-star style, which is always nice to find in Legend because it's some nice practice. On this one, I was feeling like, okay, what we should do on this one is somehow get as quickly as possible into the expos. There are 2 flanks, or like 2 sides on this base, both heavily stacked with expos and the scatter shot. So you do not want to charge on the other side, or like on the flank of those. You want to charge right into them. Otherwise you have way too much damage in a queen and she's going to die kind of like on a long term. So that's why you want to get into those heavy defenses as quickly as possible. And that's kind of the goal over here. The next thing what I'm doing is I'm just Yeti blimping the Town Hall just to make sure that the Town Hall is down and most of those defenses are getting taken down as well, which in this case is the cannon. I would have liked to get the warden as well, but you can't get everything every time. The air defense was nice to get as well. The king at the same time is funneling the bottom side. I was already kind of expecting something like a Tesla farm over there. And now I get a lot of damage. I use the freeze like 1 millisecond too late. The warden is getting one more shot out, which is not the best thing for us. But we cleared every single compartment, which means the next close compartment was in the core. And now we have one more wall breaker. Since I want to wall break in the core, I need to clear the left compartment. And by doing that, I need the Royal Champion for that. So that's why I use the Royal Champion on the left side. Somehow clear this compartment, and now the next wall break should be targeting the wall which is like hugging the core, or like which is around the core, and it is actually doing what I wanted the wall break to do. So the wall break is working perfectly. My queen has access into the core. Kind of unfortunate that we do not have the queen ability anymore because well, we kind of wasted with the 1 millisecond too late freeze, but still we have the rage to get through the enemy queen, which is kind of the key, and then we can get started with the LaLo on the back end. 1 minute and 25 seconds. So I have basically the entire attack still in front of me, I guess. But still, we need to start with LaLo this time a little bit earlier to somehow protect our queen. Because, well, there's nothing which she can, like, or how do you say, there's nothing which is tanking anymore for her. And that's kind of the problem at this point. I'm freezing the enemy expo to make sure that my queen is, like, not having that much damage anymore on her. She's going for the cannon next, warden ability at the bottom side, so the scatter is not shooting any of my loons, or at least dealing no damage. And now we have one more haste, and I will try to put this haste into use so we can get into the back and wizard towers and air defenses. And this is what I'm going to do. I have 4 more, or like 3 more loons, which I'm going to use at the top side, because what this does is it already gets rid of the archer tower, and this means I can place cleanup minions around there, and this should not be a time fail overall. So once again, a really nice queen charge, which this time didn't take too long because we had to start with a LaLo to protect our queen. But if you would have not wasted our queen ability in the beginning, I think this queen charge could have maybe gotten the entire base because we had another freeze, etc. So this was another nice queen charge, getting into the core of the base, getting completely like every single hero which was important, like the enemy queen and the royal champion. Another triple on the board. Let's take a look at the next base, and this base is actually a super old base which I posted on YouTube like quite a few. I don't even know, like, was this, I think this was a Town Hall 12 base, because I don't think it had scatter shots the last time when I posted it. So it's a really old base from mine. So I kind of knew how to attack the base overall, because I always knew that charges around the 7 o'clock side are pretty strong. But at the same time, I never attacked this base, obviously, with a scatter shot. So we have to kind of see how this works in the end, if this can still work. So what we're doing over here, we wall break, obviously, into the first compartment. We do not need to found too much to the top side, because we can abuse like this double gap in between over there. And even if a Tesla is over there, we won't trigger it. So we don't care about that. The next thing, obviously, the rage as soon as we're getting into the enemy royal champion. And now the next wall break to get my queen even deeper. Now the problem is that we can't really place another wall break for getting into the town hall. That's kind of like a problem for us, because the right compartment, like with the dark elixir storage and everything, is still up. So if you would use a wall break at this point, the wall break would go for the dark elixir storage, which is kind of bad for us. So this is why I just saved the wall break, didn't use it at all for now. And now I kind of have to wait whether my queen is going. She's going through the correct wall, keep going to be in the expo compartment, which is nice for us. And well, at this point I was like, okay, what do I do next? How do I get the tunnel? Because I don't think my queen is going to step on top of the, or like stepping into the tunnel direction. So what should I do? And the reason, or like the one thing which I just did is, yeah, let's go for the Yeti blimp. We have this one Yeti blimp always for the town hall, just in case, kind of like TDH style, using the rage over there to make sure that the town is going down quickly. Now I see there's a ton of damage. There's a freaking ton of damage. What should I do? Just using the king on the outside, so it's tanking a couple of the defenses. And I need to somehow get through the rest of the base. Enemy queen is now getting tanked by my king, which is awesome, because now my queen is kind of safe at this point. Now the royal champion as well on the outside, as well to help the king over there. And as soon as the eagle is down, we can get started with the LaLo. I think the better decision at this point would have been to start with the LaLo from the right side, because this would have protected my queen. And I'm pretty sure it would have been way better to start from over there. I don't know why exactly, but during the attack I thought it would be better to start with the LaLo into the scatter from the top side. I think that was not the right decision. But either way, now we have the LaLo pushing through. Once again, round about at 50 seconds we started the LaLo. The next haste, we have a couple of more loons from the top side. I'm saving one loon because you guys can see, once again, time is ticking. Couple of more minions around the bottom side, or around the right side. And as soon as the last defense is going down, we use the last loon for the elixir storage, and this means this should be the next triple. Even though we did a couple of mistakes in this one, it was still enough because of a really nice queen charge. We got most of the base out of the way. Obviously the town hall, everything, the eagle, enemy heroes, and everything around that. But let's take a look at a really common base, on how you can easily wreck this base with this strategy. Whenever you find a ring base with this strategy, you're like, let's go, free 3-star, let's go for it. So on this one, what you're doing kinda, or what I'm typically doing, I'm charging into the clan castle, because this means you get this out of the way really early. You normally do not have too much damage on your queen, and this is working pretty common, like pretty good normally. The first thing which you always should notice on those bases, there's always a Tesla at 3 o'clock and there's always a Black Mine. Use the Cocoon, that's important. Next thing, obviously, like just the poison for the enemy clan castle. Now everything, or like the queen itself, should go in. With super wall breakers, it's really nice and easy to get the charge in. With normal wall breakers, it's a freaking pain if you're not used to it. So that's kind of stupid and annoying. The next thing for me now is I need to wait and kind of let my queen decide wherever she wants to go. Does she want to go to the top side, bottom side? Where exactly is she going? Normally she's always stepping inside like without any like extra funneling. Now I'm using a minion at the outside, but still my queen is already going into the base, which is already the goal for now. And this is the point, which is where you need to decide. Sometimes she's going to the top side, sometimes she's going for the eagle. This is the point where you need to react and kind of do your own thing. For me on this one, the queen is going to the bottom side. She's going for the eagle. So what I want to do is I want to take care of the top side. Normally the scatter shot is a little bit deeper inside the base, like it's switched with the wizard tower, but you can still do the same thing which I'm doing over here. Wall break your queen, your king in. Meanwhile, be careful with your queen that she's not dying. Then, meanwhile, send in your royal champion. The king normally is over there as well. Send in a headhunter or something to protect her, or like help her through everything. And then the multi-inferno tower should be taken down by the royal champion. So now there's not too much left anymore on this base, to be honest. The only thing which is kind of like the danger thing is the town hall. One thing which I can say to you, if you have like been really good at multitasking, use the blimp way earlier. Use the blimp early to make sure that the town was not getting activated and roast your healers, because that's exactly what is about happening to my queen. Once again, we have overall only 1 minute on the clock, and starting with the LaLo now. The LaLo, just with the hound on the first air defense, the town hall should be getting down with our clan castle. And now the queen is still making it through the next haste spell to get through the multi-inferno tower quicker. And well, there's nothing really left in this base at this point. So this is going to be another triple. And yeah, now it's up to you guys. Which charge did you like the most? Which charge do you think was the nicest? And well, let me know down below in the comments. I love freaking queen charge, especially that queen charge LaLo, because it gives you so much freedom, especially in Legend when we want to troll a bit around in the streams. But yeah, let me guys know what you think. I will see you guys back tomorrow. Until then, see ya and bye bye.